our voice matters. Whatever we do today will affect us tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, here's what he's saying is like. All right, guys, so we're sitting here with
Ola Hawatmeh.
Ola Hawatmeh.
I was wondering how
We were wondering how you say your last name.
Just Ola.
How do you say the next part?
Like Hawaii?
Yeah. No, like.
No.
Hawatmeh.
You got 3 parts in your name.
Oh,
Three parts.
well, Neshua.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking for.
Neshua is actually my maiden name.
So you're Hawaiian.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you're
not.
Hawaiian.
Lebanese, Jordanian. So Neshua is actually my name. Hawatmeh, I've been wanting to change it since I've been divorced. So, but
Oh, so you're single. So if we have any viewers that are interested,
Hit her up.
hit her up. So we're here to.
actually, I'm dedicating my time to the Lord and to campaigning.
To-
Smart.
Lord.
You got to stay busy, and
Yeah.
sometimes relationships
So I gotta
get in the
know.
way.
So did you start out up in New York? When you
so
first started
I
running?
was born
Okay.
and raised in New York. I moved out of New York at the age of 21, moved to Missouri. And then, I know it's so crazy.
Colton-
Chesterfield, shout out.
Colton's from
Shout
Missouri.
out to Marquette. And then from Missouri at the age of 28, I moved to Apollo Beach.
Okay.
For 3
Yeah.
years, I moved to Tampa, Hillsborough County. And then I moved back to St. Louis. And then after I got divorced, I started Middle Eastern Christian Women for Trump in Washington, D.C. It was a movement against Sharia law. And I just spoke up. I mean, I walked into Capitol Hill with an Israeli flag. I had such courage. It was like I didn't give a sh.
Oh, but we don't like them either.
Yeah. Well,
Welcome
it's
to the
like-
show.
Welcome to the
so
show.
It's crazy. So
It's not that we don't like them. It's just there's a lot going on. You know what I mean in this world. And
No,
a
we're very,
lot
we're
being-
very.
well, there is a
American,
lot going
yeah.
on. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this is God's country.
Right. So I was under the impression that you had Muslim ties. That you
You
were
know why?
you're
Because it's Mr. Trey Radel. Trey Radel. He has his wonderful candidate Jim Schwartzel, born and raised here. He thinks that's his advantage. That's actually his disadvantage. If you were born and raised here and you have nothing to show for it, no one knows your name until you decided to put your name in the race. Are you kidding me? If I had your money and if I had your media connections and your media outlets,
I don't think that matters anymore, to be honest with you.
you know what? Hold on. If I had that, use it for the good of the people. I'm a philanthropist before anything.
No one is coming
You know?
to save you.
Yeah, no one is coming to save you. You're 100% right. She's reading a shirt. Go ahead.
Yeah, no one's coming to save Jim Short. Anyway, but he was born, and that's what he runs on. I was born and raised here. Well, shame on you. I mean, how many nonprofits do we have in the district? How many issues do we have in the district in Florida 19? We have so many issues. Not once during Veterans Day do I hear a commercial that was donated, by Wink Radio or anything. And now all of a sudden, Jim Schwartzel, he wants to, because he had a dream, just like Martin Luther King, to run for Congress.
And they fired my favorite meteorologist. So.
Oh, he's suing them.
I heard
Shout out
about
Wink.
that. Yeah, shout out
I
Wink.
should make a pledge to his.
So why did you want to run here though?
So
What was the reason? Because you've
okay.
been here for what, 4 years?
what's the reason?
Yeah.
The reason was, so where I lived in Venice, like it's an open seat, moved back. I said no because Florida 19 needs me more. Florida 19 needs me more. The passion that I have and the resources that I have in Washington D.C. working as a senior policy advisor. I don't care if it's an open seat. Loyalty before opportunity.
Yeah.
Loyalty before opportunity. I see, obviously, the population has increased double in 2 decades.
I'd
If
probably
you
say
wanna-
it's more than that,
If
but
you want to
yeah.
come and create traffic and create background noise, we don't need that.
Yeah.
We need
So
some-
what's your views on all these big box stores flying in?
Yeah,
and
we
not,
got-
so we have a problem in this state right now where it's super hard for the regular man to start a business because they hit him with the impact fees. Besides everything else you got to do. So I know a guy who owns a pizza store. He had to pay almost $19,000 to the township for impact fees for a pizza place that's in the middle of nowhere. Like it's mind-boggling. And then you got all these big box stores that they're building, causing a lot of traffic too, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot going on in Cape
Car washes,
Coral
then we got storage places.
and
then
the
we got-
infrastructure
They're
problem.
tearing down trees left and right. You got houses that they're building. Nobody's living in them.
Well,
Nobody, because they can't afford it.
And then there's regulations
Yeah,
on top of
right,
that. I'm
UEP
against.
hookups, all kinds of crazy
Well,
shit.
that's what I've been working on since last summer, is federal grants for the
Yeah.
utility extension project. I mean, it's
Infrastructure.
the infrastructure,
Yeah.
and we can't just, I can't create, I mean, you see these generic candidates that are like, oh, we're going to bring jobs, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. How do you expect to do this without having a stable economy in our district?
Absolutely,
As
absolutely.
a business owner, I've started to, I'm actually the only self-made business owner that's running. I created my own businesses, I created my own nonprofit, and as a politician, as they say, with everything I do, the bottom line is to make a difference. Make a difference.
So can I ask you? So your political career, you were in New York. You ran for office in New York.
So after I started, helped start Middle Eastern Christians for Trump in Washington D.C., and they were lobbyists. They were like, we feel like let's put you back into your district. I'm like, no, I don't want anything to do with New York. I didn't.
Most people don't.
They're like, okay, let's see. Should we put you in 18, 19? And I'm very honest. I'm like, I don't want to do it. So they put me back, my hometown. I didn't want to do it. Actually, I was called a carpetbagger because I moved back.
I've seen
Oh,
it.
we
I've been seeing it.
we did a little
We
research.
did a little deep. We did a
I
little deep dive.
moved back just to run, and I was straight with it. And what's crazy is, like, I've never run before, but I was driving 7 hours a day, 3 counties a day, hit the farms that no one's ever hit. Like, I'm for family farms. I'm for underdogs. I'm for small businesses.
So you ran for office in New York, and did you get a seat? Like, what's the story behind your?
Yeah, like what
Okay, so I won on primary night, New York Post, people calling me, oh, congratulations. A month later, lost due to mail-in ballots to someone that had nothing. Like, I had,
Don't you love them?
I had mid 6 figures. He had absolutely nothing. It was like no one's ever even heard of this candidate, but he was a placeholder, and everyone already knew that he was a placeholder. However, so I was like, okay.
Did you
Anyway,
lose to, so was he a Democrat?
after, no, he was.
So you lost to another
Well, you know what? It's New
Republican.
York, the rhinos.
Well, yeah.
So
New
after
Work where they're
I-
down here too.
Yeah, they're here.
After I lost, I'm a true conservative, born and raised, and will die a true conservative. So after he lost, Sean Hannity, next thing you know, Sean Hannity on Twitter is endorsing my write-in campaign. These farmers on their fields. It was the largest write-in campaign in the history of New York. And so if you do a write-in campaign, it's like the kiss of death. You know,
Yeah.
you're taking votes away. Upset a lot of people, but obviously I didn't win the write-in campaign. A few months later, I was like, follow the money. I ran for comptroller against one of the most well-known, respected Democrats in New York.
They have respect.
Never lost, according to the socialists. You know, they respect. Yeah, that's a good. So I lost by 0.5%. I got 20.
Wow.
I got 20,000 votes in one county, not district, county.
But lost to mail-in.
Yeah, lost mail. So.
I mean, it happens to
But
a
you
lot
know
of people.
what?
It seems
you
like.
see candidates all the time. They run, they lose, they disappear. I've never disappeared. You know what I did after that? I ran campaigns throughout the entire country, from state to state, from Georgia to Texas. I love my America way too much to sit back and to see, to do nothing.
What policies do you want to bring forward, though, for this district? What do you want to see change? What's something that you would do day one?
Let's clean up the corruption. I think we
Okay.
could all agree with that. There has to be a balanced budget. We can't spend more than we're bringing in. We can't. I want to bring jobs. I want to help with the utility extension project. I want to help bring in federal grants, which I'm working on doing that. I'm talking to executive directors to bring in a YMCA to work with the whole process of the grant process and drafting an amendment. I don't think the others know how to do that, and so it's something that I want to do, and that's first and foremost.
Okay.
Because I look at the budget. Our budget increased by 5%. Okay, and we're starting projects before we finish projects, and it's coming where out of a half a mil,
Taxpayers, yeah.
half a $1 million. Like, what do we have to show for it? It's like they hire these builders that are ADD, that are starting projects and not finishing them.
That's all over Florida.
It's all over.
Southwest
either that or
Florida.
they're
We
not,
have
even, they're
to
not even
have-
supposed to be doing it in the first place.
Yeah, there's a lot of backdoor deals to get property
I'm not-
grabs and
yeah.
land grabs.
Well, that's the thing. Can you imagine if, just like Washington, D.C., working in Washington, D.C., I see the same thing, but local corruption It's there.
So it's every county, every
bunch
state.
of
There's
voter
a lot of implants that come in, and they're not who they say they are. And now that we have social media and a lot of this is getting out, these people can't really hide anymore, especially with me and Colin talking to people.
I'm glad you did your research.
So let me ask you. So one of the biggest things that we have that we get comments for, that people talk to us, and I'm starting to see more of an uptick. We've been talking about it for the last 5 months, but is the data centers. Or I'm not going to call them data centers. I'm going to call them the spying centers, because that's what they are, right? We're running AI right now, and they're trying to bring these data centers into Florida. Now, in Florida, the data centers will bring up the ambient temperature in the surrounding 4 miles by 2%. So, and then the water, right? The land. So, what's your views? What's your takes on the data centers? Are you for them? Are you like, oh, we'll manage them, or you're totally against them?
You can't just say we're going to manage them. I was in the beginning. I was completely against them. I know President Trump is for them. We want to beat China.
I disagree with him a lot too.
We want to beat China and the AI. But you know what? AI. You look at how fast everything is going, and obviously there has to be a return on investment. If we bring in data centers, okay? Everyone, the slogan, not in my backyard. Okay, not in my backyard. We already understand that. But if we bring in data centers, how many jobs will we bring in, and how much?
Roughly 200 to 250.
Okay, let's say 250. How much will our utility bills increase?
Double.
Double.
1 year.
Is that a return on investment? Yes or no?
No?
Then no.
All right, so you're totally against the data centers in
I'm not totally
Florida.
against. As I said, there has to be a return on our investment. I'm not going to have the
It just won't
taxpayers-
happen.
So right, so the problem with the data centers right now is, we were promised, they're going to bring data centers in, they're going to build their own power, their own plants and everything. But the problem is they're building these data centers. There's not enough, the people that build the power plants, there's not enough of them. So what they're doing is they're tapping into our grid.
Yeah.
And when they tap into our grid, then everybody's bills double.
It's happening in Texas right now.
And
That's the
Jersey,
thing.
New Jersey too.
That's the thing. I mean, listen, not only a business owner, but I own homes. I'm a real estate investor as well. And in Florida 19, do we want our utility bills to double?
No.
When we're only bringing 250 jobs?
Right. So with that being said, the way technology is in these data centers, Florida is a different state, right? We have a lot down here. We have a lot of ecological, animals, plants, and they destroy the area, unfortunately. And to me, it's mind-boggling, because there's so much north of Virginia where the temperature's not so hot, where there's land that they could build these, and they could build their power plants. They want to come down here for a reason. And me sending a message to my mom is like that, right? Yeah, you're 100% right. It's all about the
Money and power,
cash.
the root of all evil.
It
I
is.
see it every day in the halls of Congress, and I will not I haven't compromised. I haven't been bought. This is a sacrifice. When does the sacrifice start?
Now you say
Once
you haven't
get
been
it.
bought. Do you take PAC money?
No,
No PAC money in your campaign.
my own.
Okay.
My own. In fact, I've invested my own money into my campaign, and it's not like I'm sitting there I won't name any names, but that I'm going to put millions of dollars and just throw, feeling that I'm entitled. I work hard for my money. My dad, no, I'm not Muslim as Schwartzel or whatever. I'm an immigrant. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
that's
an
why I wanted to
immigrant.
ask you, clear it up so
I'm an
people
immigrant
understand.
from Yonkers, New York. He put that out there, and it's crazy because I didn't even get an apology. What they said is an error.
Dang it, up.
I don't want to curse because there's little babies around here, but
You
come
can.
on.
This is an adult channel.
An error my ass. An error my ass.
Yeah.
I want an apology because
I think he owes you an
he
apology.
owes
If
me an apology to say that
that's
I
a
immigrant.
big.
And then he puts words in my mouth that I've never said, saying, Ola says that she bases her conservative views on her upbringing in the Middle East. Asshole, I've never been to the Middle East except for one time last year for 3 days. I wear my cross proud.
I see it. That's why I'm
probably
having
why
a
my dad.
conversation.
I mean, I'm the original Christian. I'm where Jesus Christ. My parents were born where Jesus Christ was baptized. So being Greek Orthodox and Catholic, for him to kind of put that out there is just insane. So no, I'm certainly not Muslim. If anything, and I'm going to say this, I fight against Muslim Nation. I fight against Muslim Nation because if my dad came here at 21 years old fighting You know, he couldn't go and just be free as Catholics in a Muslim country, but he came to America. He was the only son of 7 sisters, okay? Inherited all these olive farms. He was a millionaire at 21. He gave that up to be a bus driver and work at Stewart's for $2.25 an hour because he gave up money, okay? And he gave up opportunity to be free,
That's
in
awesome.
America.
Yeah, that's
cool.
You know, and so he's 72 years old, building plazas in upstate New York. My brother is one of the top doctors in New York, and he taught us that. He taught us work ethic. He taught us honesty. He taught us integrity. And most importantly, he taught us to be prideful of being an American. And that's one thing that just runs through my veins. As you can see, I'm very passionate
No, you
about
are, you
that.
are, you are.
And so you want me to be okay with...
Usually you're the loud one.
I know,
and
she's
you want
killing
me
it
to be
today.
okay with like, Muslim nations following us?
Yeah.
Would it be okay if we're out there, you know, holding our cross? No. And these Qur'ans, you know that Florida is one of the states growing, mosques in
Yeah.
Florida?
Well,
They're
between
growing
them and
faster than any other
Texas,
state?
yeah, us in
Texas,
Texas are,
Us in Texas,
yeah,
isn't that
it's
insane?
crazy.
Supposedly they put a stop to it.
And
but I don't
listen,
see it.
we are, I mean, can you imagine, like, we're having our Constitution being used against us, like, you know, and obviously Bill of Rights, everything is being used against us. Yeah, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. But our religion, don't infringe, like, our religion comes before yours. I'm sorry.
So you've been in this country long enough. You were from the Northeast, and you saw,
I've been in this country, born and raised.
like
yes.
me, yeah, that's what I meant.
Jesus.
So you saw what happened up in the North. You saw the destruction that happened, the way the North was, like in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the schools, and you know, in my opinion, there's no white babies being born in the middle class in New Jersey because we just can't afford it. And you know, everybody that lives off the system's having 8, 9 kids, and that's starting to piss a lot of people off, man. Especially like in my comments and the messages, people are getting aggravated by it.
You know how we fix it?
How do we fix it?
You know how we fix it? It's crazy. You look at the Democrats, members of Congress, you look at their districts, they are the worst districts in the entire country. Subsidies funded by the government.
yeah. I mean, they're
torn
just
down.
robbing the middle class. That's all they're doing.
Stop electing worthless elected officials. Like, stop AOC, Ilham Omar, all of these losers. Like, stop electing them.
I think a lot's going to change now because of social media in the next elections, because a lot of stuff's out there. I think what the big problem for the Republicans in the North is everybody's moving out. So the Republican Party is getting smaller and smaller and smaller in North, and obviously we're getting bigger and bigger in here. But we have a divide in the Republican Party right now, for sure.
I know.
There's 2 sides, and you know, there's the side that says, let's get our shit together, let's take care of our vets, let's take care of our people, let's take care of our infrastructure. And then the other side is, well, we got to stop Iran from dropping nukes. Well, this is more important right now because people are dying, people aren't getting treatment, vets. There's kids that are going hungry. There's old people eating cat food again. Like, I don't know if you remember back in the 80s when that happened.
Helping other countries instead of taking care of
Yeah, so, I mean, we are
help
isolationist.
would you help your neighbor and have your child starve?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
But what President Trump, that's my
We love Trump. It's,
That's my
listen,
president.
He
and
got all 3 of my votes, but I still have.
I'm allowed to criticize
Yes.
my president.
Absolutely, you are allowed. When President Trump, what he's doing in Iran, I will say this: no other president is doing what he did, protecting and preserving. He's putting us first.
I mean,
What
listen.
is
If
he
you go
benefiting?
back in
spending a
history,
lot of
especially
money
with
doing it.
wars,
He is. It's
there's-
costing us about 1.2. But you know how much money it will cost us to have a nuclear bomb attack America?
Yeah, but they've been saying that for
that's-
50
I
something
mean,
fucking years.
I've been around. Yeah, I've been doing politics. I've been listening to the same rhetoric over and over and over
I
again.
think it's one fucking snake. You got 2 heads. Okay, you got Democrats, you got Republicans. They're gonna fight on a stage, and they're gonna go behind the stage, and they're gonna have some cocktails and enjoy their life.
It's like getting a divorce, right? You get a divorce,
That's what
and both your lawyers hang
That's
out.
why I think, in
Right,
my
but
age-
in court they fight each other. Then they go out to eat, and you know, me and you are married, getting a divorce, and I got to pay $10,000 to divorce you.
At
And
28,
You're gonna pay more than $10,000.
my-
right. So
people my age, we're a little tired of the whole. Oh, it's always going to get better. You know, the next 4 years, maybe we're going to do.
well, that's the problem with
It's
these.
never going to happen,
But you know
and we
what?
see a system that's
You know
broken
what?
that's never
You know
been
what?
fixed.
I mean, I respect your opinion,
Yeah.
But if I had that thought process, I wouldn't be as successful, driven as I am today. That one person mentality voice should not exist in your head. That one person, you can make a difference. Not just like, oh, well,
Well, I
you know,
can make a
I'm only
difference,
one,
but
but one person, yeah, our voice matters. Whatever we do today will affect us tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, here's what he's saying is like, let's say, let's go back 15 years ago, 16 years ago in this country. You could be, your husband's working just a regular construction job. You own 2 cars. Your bills are paid. You own a house. You're able to survive off that one income. We're at a point now where that's no longer possible. He's working 2 jobs. Mom's working. They're lucky if they have 1 kid. Guys his age can't get into a house until their late 30s, early 40s because of the money, right? Because you got to work 3 times as hard than me and you did. He's got to work. He's got to figure out, all right, well, I'm never going to be home. I got to go to this plumbing job. I got to go to this plumbing job. I got to go to this plumbing job. And the problem in this country, and I think a lot has to do with, we shipped a lot of the jobs overseas. So in our country, we lost the ability and the oomph to be workers. Right? We looked at, all right, everybody's computer guys, so everybody started looking at, all right, sitting behind a computer doing a job, and now with AI, those jobs are going to be gone.
My fear is that I do not want jobs to be taken away. I want a free market, but I don't want robots.
yeah.
Listen, this right here, this design, this took me 30 seconds to make.
Yeah.
If I had to pay somebody to do this, right? A graphic artist that went to school, thank you, Danny, that paid to go to college to do this,
Yeah.
right? Where's his job? Because of AI. So when you say, yeah, it brings in 200, I agree, but how many jobs is it taking away now? If we have a problem right now where people don't have jobs, what's it going to look like in 2 years? So my question for you is, how are you going to keep the jobs? Like, do you have a plan for vote tech for these kids? Are you going to push these kids to start working with their hands instead of taking a test
Trade
every day?
programs, I'm 100% for. I mean,
Because that's what I do. I do plumbing. That's my real job.
Yeah, trade programs, I'm 100% for.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Not
but
for
that
long.
is my job. I think trades are important. You know what I'm saying? Like especially back in high school, we used to have shop class or we had auto class, and now it just seems like none of these.
Now, he's a rarity. This kid right here is a rarity because he's a plumber. He's actually making money. He's raising a family with 3 kids. 95% of the guys his age are in their mom's basement, either drinking, smoking weed, on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? So that's huge right now. Gambling, because in my opinion, they're going after the males, especially the youth males, with this gambling because they can't start families. They can't contribute to society through their taxes because they're living in their mom's basement and they're keeping their bank. How are we going to get that money? Let's authorize gambling. And then the women that have nothing, they're living in their parents' basement and they can't get in a relationship and they have no car and they have nothing and they can't afford to go to college. What are they doing? They're going on OnlyFans. To me, it's disgusting, and this country's letting it happen.
I just want to see more. I want to see more opportunity for kids.
I totally agree
in
with
Southwest
you.
Florida.
I mean, listen, you have to. I'm also the only mom that's running, so it's like, when you are a mom. I actually just brought the chapter Moms for America
Nice.
to Lake County, encouraging that. I have constitutions everywhere I go because they are our future. Our children are our future. If we don't focus on our schools and trade programs after they graduate, we just they graduate and that's it. No. Kids need confidence.
Yes.
Or go to school for something that it's actually going to do something for you. Some of these programs that they're pushing right now. It's so.
Well, we can't make everything about money and power. Washington D.C. The government it doesn't operate the way it was built to operate. I mean, do you not feel that we work for the government? I mean, it should be the other way.
I think we're slaves to the government, personally.
We're slaves to the government. The government
for sure.
is supposed to help us.
There's supposed to be roads, hospitals, infrastructure.
They've made lifetime careers of it, and we have no one else to blame but ourselves.
Do you believe in term limits for Congress and everything like that?
Of course.
Of course.
It's not a career.
Yeah.
It's not a career. I want to go make a difference. First 90 days in. What's my plan? I know exactly what I'm going to do.
The cool part is a lot of the people we talk to, they're like, we don't want to fucking do this forever.
No.
We just want to get in, change some stuff, do what we think is right, and then get out.
Well, that's why they need to sign that amendment, because a lot of people, they say that, and then they get in, and they get too...
Well, we know that, right? And that's why we're doing what we're doing, because...
It's like, nope.
If we interview you and you go into office and you do the complete opposite
of what you're gonna do?
you're gonna have me and him
Oh.
on your ass for 4 years,
Good.
and people
Yeah.
do not want that.
But
Trust me,
that's
right,
what-
River?
But that's what we need. We need accountability.
Yeah,
we
for
need
sure.
to hold every elected official. You know, they're like, "Are you a fan of this?" Well, how many bills has that person?
Well, that's what it is. What have you done?
How many bills? How has the economy changed since they've been in office? What
Yeah.
have they done? You have the resources. I mean, I help run a congressional office as a senior policy advisor and working on the ledge team. Like, I see how it's operating.
Yeah.
Like, how come we're not utilizing the resources and the earmarks that we do bring in? Where's it going? Like right now, you know, with the water, Everglades, I know that the federal government secured what I believe it's $482 million, right? Passed through Congress. I think it still has to pass through Senate, but they already approved it. Now we have to make sure that the money goes there.
Right.
Because within 20 years, it should be all paid for.
So let me ask you, are you familiar with Matt DeWelder? What's going on with him? Did you happen to see what happened this week with the GOP, the Florida GOP endorsing Simpson without even giving Matt DeWelder a chance to be voted on? That to me is disgusting. That to me gives me Democratic vibes. Kamala Harris just getting the presidential nominee. So I don't know if you support Matt DeWelder. I mean, that's your opinion. That's everything like that. But he's a big time. We are big time supporters of Matt DeWelder. So with that being said, what do you plan to do with the farmland if you get in with Lee County? What's left of farmland? What's left of the cattle and you know the greenery? Are you for?
It's great. So we just passed the farm bill in Washington, and our office, we just pushed the First Amendment. I mean, I'm for farms. I'm for preserving and protecting farms. When I was in upstate New York, I mean, I hit that. They're like, "You're the first politician to ever hit our farms." My parents, they immigrated here as farmers.
Yeah.
Right.
So protecting and preserving.
'Cause they're getting killed right
now.
Why
Farmers
you
are getting
have to
killed
right
flip
now.
over
We also-
these farms, you know, to
Yeah.
turn them into money-making machine. Like, no.
But we also understand that, you know, people sell their farms. It's a
Yeah,
thing.
that's
you know what I'm
fine.
saying?
That's-
So
It's
I
the
mean,
private
there's nothing we
equity,
can
I
do
think,
about
is
that.
having a big issue in this country too, where they buy, like, let's say Red Lobster, and they just suck the money out and they close the store down because they want that corner property. And there's a lot of
you know-
private equity shenanigans going on right now.
Well, you know, like USDA, there's a love and hate relationship I have with them. Like, you know, one time, you know, they're buying homes and buying, you know, it's like we have to again protect and preserve our.
See, what we would like, just being what we do and talking to people, is, you know, if somebody gets into office, like, let's stop the overbuilding, right? So if there's a 30% vacancy of houses, nobody should be able to build until it's under 30%, because we're just destroying land and building concrete block homes, and then you go drive by 2 years later, there's nothing done with it, they're falling apart, then another builder's got to come in because that guy's, all right, because we know the market's like this right now, right? It's kind of the housing market. So all these investors are starting to walk away from stuff, and, you know, getting penalized or refusing to allow people to build until there's a percentage would be huge.
Absolutely, it would be.
Especially for farmland and environmental. So, you know, so you are for farmland. You're
Yeah.
totally for keeping the environment the way it is.
Of course. And then right now, obviously, the development and everyone moving and the population, everything growing, and the congestion in the highways. I mean, you hear this.
It's bad here.
You hear this all the time. You're like, oh, what's the biggest issue? Oh, traffic. Okay, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
It's hard because, I mean,
You
it's
know-
a very slim, it's Florida.
Yeah.
You can't just extend a highway that's got houses on the
Well,
left
there's
and
a
the right.
process too, and some people
Yeah.
they ask me, they're like, "Oh, so we're gonna get grants like I'm the grant genie."
Yeah.
You know, there is a process. You know, there's the PD&E study that first has to be done, and once you finish with that, and I believe Lee County is requesting funding for that, which costs about $5 to $15 million. I'm a numbers person, you know, and I hit the comptroller. I'm like, okay, I need to know these numbers. But once that's been done, then we ask for money. I mean, if I was in office, I would ask for $50 to $150 million earmarked, like right off the bat. But the wordings in grants are important, like, you know, evacuation, hurricane, like, you know, things like that, to make it a priority. That we need these grants, we need funding, we need the expansion. Absolutely. You know, the congestion and the traffic and the people moving in, It's too much.
So I see. So I was at the Republican event in Port Charlotte yesterday, and I was with Bobby Williams and a couple other local guys, and the people in the crowd. It was it's an older crowd. Their main concern right now is with these energy companies. Like I had like 6 people come up to me and talk to me about it, about the energy, the cost of energy, especially in Florida, because we have so many seniors in Florida that are on fixed incomes. And when you start taking money that's earmarked for different things like survival, eating, and you got to pay an electric bill that, went from $150 to $200 to $250. Like, do you have a plan? Is it even on your radar with the electric to help a lot of the seniors out that are on Social Security? Because it's really starting to piss me off when I walk into Walmart, when I walk into Kohl's, when I walk into any of these big box stores, and I see people that are older than my grandmother who can barely walk, folding clothes because it's either that or she's got to eat cat food.
Yeah.
So do you have, like, is there
Well, property school taxes, I want to give an exemption to seniors. I know that they say that, not everyone is on board with that, but I am. Why
So you're totally for the no taxing of like homeowners and not homeowners.
School taxes.
Yeah, school taxes and things
Why
like that.
should they pay school taxes?
Right.
Any break that we can give our seniors. Not only did I grow up with my parents, I grew up like my household was my grandparents too. So I grew up with, I love seniors. I've always, so we have to protect them too.
And if they bring these data centers in, you are going to, it is going to affect so many seniors if they tap into our grid. And for example, me and him went up to Jersey, and we were, in January? Yeah, we went up to January. We stayed with my mom's house. It was freezing cold. And she's like showing me her electric, her gas.
A $700 fucking power bill.
Oh, I know. You know what's really
And where's she getting that money from?
You know what's really insane is I see a lot of, there are over 580 homes pre-foreclosed. Pre-foreclosed, They owe more than the house is worth in Cape Coral.
It's 50% of Florida.
So
the houses for sale are in the red from what they bought them.
And so it's a concern when New Yorkers are moving here, but because of the cost of living, they're moving out.
Yeah, but they're bringing all their fucking ideology with them.
They're moving out. No, they can
some of them.
They can take their offspring. They can take their ideology.
Yeah.
They can take everything negative. But I can't do this alone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and make fake promises. I've seen how effective I've been in Washington, D.C. I plan on being just as effective in the district. I'm not going to wait until I get into Congress.
That's good.
I'm working every day. Whatever I can do to make a difference, and that's having a philanthropy heart. That's in me. It's not going to change.
It's a good drive. It's a good drive to have.
But we have to work together. I can't do it alone.
No, right. And so it's trying to, we're doing this because eventually we would like to get enough people that are on board and, hold them accountable for what they're saying when they get into office. Like,
I like that.
The voting against certain bills, like because somebody told you to vote. No, man, you're here because the people in this town voted you in. You're not here to make money. You're not here to do anything else. And you listen, it's all over the internet. You go to YouTube, you go to Instagram, TikTok, and you see these crowds of people in their local meetings, and there's 5 or 6 board members up there, right? And they're fighting, they're yelling about the things going on in town and voting, and these people still vote on. Why are they still in office? Why are you guys allowing this? Like, if there's a football coach or a police officer or a nurse, like, get those people in. People that are part of the community. And I think a lot of people with you, because you've moved, feel like, hey, we think she's an implant. Yeah. And I'm being dead serious with you because
funny?
I'm here to tell you.
Absolutely. I'm an implant if I brought nothing to the table. I'm an implant if I'm an opportunist. I'm an implant if I have something to gain for it.
Mm-hmm. I'm an implant.
And
I did this, so I've only been here for 2 years.
What's the percentage? It used to be 2 to 3%. Everyone came from somewhere. If I'm here for an opportunity, yes, I'm an implant. I'm here because the district needs me. The district needs me, and I know I have the resources, and I know how exactly we can prosper. I know it, and I asked. It's funny because in BUPAC, everyone interviewed, and I wish I had a recording of my candidates' interviews, but I don't. But I will tell you, I asked them. I said, I went in there. They asked me questions. I'm like, no, I'm going to ask you. What's the number one way to grow the economy in our district? What's the number one way? They're like, we don't know. Why'd you flip the script on us? Well, I'll tell you what's the
What was their
number
answers?
the number one way. Federal grants. We're not relying on the government, but this is money that's there. Federal grants, which I plan and I've been working with underwriters to bring into the district. Why would I have, like, you take Minnesota, you take these other states, they're tapping into our $1.2 billion of water infrastructure resources that we have available before we? Why?
Listen, it's a huge problem. It's not just here. There's a lot of states that are going through this, especially the southern states. For whatever reason, we're getting hammered with democratic ideologies down here. And I came from, like I said, I came from the North. I watched it destroy the North, man, and I refuse to let them do Southwest Florida because I plan to raise my kids here. I like taking them to the beach. I live on the water, and I enjoy my life down here. It reminds me very much of the Jersey Shore, and I watch that get destructed. So, you know, what is your main goal? Your main goal, other than, you know.
Everything that I said, and you want more main goals?
I want. Listen, people want to know what you're about, right? People are going to watch this and decide whether they want you, your opponent, the incumbent. So, like,
Well,
this is something like you got to tell me what's your plan? What's your main focus when you get in there? That you're going to go in there and cause havoc?
Days?
Yeah.
First 90 days?
First 90
Yeah.
First 90 days already, bringing in a YMCA into the district. I grew up, that was my first memories, YMCA. I'm already in the process of talking to executive directors. I know, it's funny, I don't even know how my parents knew how to do that. I mean, because English is my second language, but anyway. YMCA, and then securing the federal grants for the utility extension project.
Okay.
That is
That's
before
big.
my 90 days. That's what I'm working on actually now. And then accountability. Accountability, transparency, everyone. I'm sorry, I don't care. I have nothing to gain. If I get elected, you're going to be held accountable. I want to know where exactly that money, if I bring in money, I'm going to be a watchdog. I'm going to make sure that money is allocated in the right areas. I'm not going to bring in $500 million for this project to see 300, without getting multiple
I don't know,
bids.
man. Good luck with Blaze. Good luck.
Good luck with Blaze.
But it really aggravates me. I'm serious. As a business owner, when I see only one or two bids and they give
Yeah.
the project to a multi-billionaire that has multi-millions of dollars of projects already.
We saw it happen after Ian. You know what I'm saying?
He's
I
lived
was-
down here
I
longer,
was-
so he's
I
got
was
more
out-
of
I
a
was
Lee
out there
County.
during Hurricane Ian.
It was hard because after it came through and tore everything out, there were a lot of big businesses that came in that took over all these beautiful, beachside properties and turned them into big things.
Well, you know what? During Hurricane Ian, and that's another thing. I mean, once in, the state has to have more of our FEMA. We gave FEMA. I mean, FEMA got so much money to give to those affected.
Mm-hmm.
And, when it came down to those who were really affected, they only had, I was at the town hall meeting with Brian Mass. I mean, they only had
I think locals do a better job than
14
FEMA.
yeah,
I
they had
can't
14
stand
Oh, for sure. Look at what Bobby
Yeah.
Williams is doing across the state, feeding all these people. So let's talk about the
true.
water here. So FWC right now is spraying all these waterways with this stuff,
Chemicals,
these chemicals. All right. So I watched them do it in my own backyard. I watched them spray, and 3 days later, I'm watching all these dead fish float everywhere. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So there's a big thing with FWC and spraying the waterways because the invasive plants. Do you have any thought, or is it on your radar right now? What's going on with the water supply here, other than not the drinking water? I mean, the reason why everybody comes to Florida to go sit on the beach and the pollution is off the hook. The red tide, that's all involved in this.
algae
Yes.
and absolutely with
So is that
everything.
something you're willing to
Yeah,
tackle
I've
with?
been actually talking to captains for clean water.
Okay.
Oh, I love them.
That's why we're asking. Yeah.
I've been talking to captains for clean water. Brian Mass is
They're good people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They had a gala, and one of my candidates, I won't say who, passing out his flyers everywhere he goes. I mean, kind of like Biden, but he's like, and I said, listen, I said, see him right there? They're like, yeah. I'm like, he supports sugar. They're
Sugar.
like, all
Sugar
right.
seems to be
That's a big problem.
sugar seems to be an issue right now.
Not a big problem.
It's been coming up a lot on my feed
Bye-bye.
too.
So he was kicked out, but no, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Working together.
You have to.
Yeah.
Working together. What do I have to bring? Working together. Can you imagine how much more resourceful and powerful we can be working together? A lot of districts, they don't have that. They can't have access. They don't have access to their elected official or their member of Congress, or they don't understand the resources that are available in Washington, D.C.
And some just don't give a fuck. Truly.
It really is. It's a money grab to get people in office. It just seems like
It's
they
a
get
long
Why are you
road.
spending $5 million to get a job that's only $50,000?
Yeah.
Well, I don't live my life for today. I don't. I live my life for the future. I live my life for being born and raised in the greatest, as a first generation. I do have that first generation. Grit. I do have that first
I
generation.
do too.
Appreciation of like the freedom that I have. There isn't one day that goes by. I mean, people who sleep in, I'm like, okay, you're a loser. You know, there's so much to do.
This guy's up at 3 o'clock texting me.
I'm
Hey, bro,
like-
what's up? What's going
I
on?
don't sleep. I sleep 4 hours a night, so
I'm
I sit
like,
in the
but
house
there's
4
so
hours by
much to
myself.
do.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
Like, you know
and you
what?
really don't have a long day. It goes
I
quick.
mean, I started 2 businesses,
Yeah.
you know, author, fashion, but everything that I did was
We knew she was bougie.
bougie.
Oh, she walks in, she's bougie. She looks
No.
great though. You look great. So can I ask you, with this gubernatorial race, we have some interesting people running it. And we have interviewed everybody but Jay Collins, because Jay Collins thought he was better than us. I don't know, better than everybody in Lee County. So do you have a candidate that you would like to see get into office? Is there somebody that
Yeah,
you
is there
support?
someone you resonate with?
Resonate with?
Even in this race,
Mm-hmm.
anyone President Trump endorses, be back. If we endorse anyone else or we support anyone, it's going against the president. And I said that. You know, if President Trump was to endorse someone else, and I said this, I mean, why
So you
would I
support
be-
Byron, is what you're saying? Because Trump's backing Byron in the
Who
race.
do you guys support?
Who do we support? Not
What am I
Byron.
talking about?
Why?
I'm good.
I'll tell you why I'm not. I don't listen. If we're letting it play out. I gave everybody a voice. I have no issues with anybody. It's my personal opinion.
Of course.
Is I'm for the candidates that are for Florida, that are for keeping it green, to keep the data centers out. You know, there's a lot of topics that it just seems like it's just going over people's heads. Like, people are screaming about these data centers. People are screaming about the water supply. And then I ask you a question and you just...
I'm tired of the whole, because Trump said he's a good guy.
Listen, I'm with, you know, the generic question, the generic answers that people, when you ask them a question.
Political
especially-
answers.
Especially when it's significant, you know, or ChatGPT recited, you know, answers. You know, I'm not like that. I mean, I want specifics. I want specifics. You know, we do have issues. We have major issues.
Yeah.
How are we going to tackle the issues?
Right,
How
so-
are we going to tackle them working together?
So my thing with that is like, if your constituents are yelling the same thing, and you're not going to go, okay, let me hear you guys out. What's the problem? And you're just like, nope, we're going to do this. So to me, that's the same problem, right? You're there. Yeah, listen, I love Trump. I support Trump. I'm good. You know, I'm good with Trump. Just because Trump endorses somebody doesn't mean like that's your go-to guy. And we'll bring up your competitor, Madison Cawthorn, right? Madison Cawthorn was not endorsed by Trump when he was younger. He won though, right? And then all of a sudden he's getting calls, right? So I lost my train of thought.
Madison made you look.
Yeah. So right. So my point is if your constituents, if 90% of your constituents, right, even as a governor, are yelling no data centers, your main focus should be, when I ask you a question about data centers, nope, my constituents don't want it. That should be the answer, right? If 90% of the population in this state don't want data centers, that
Yeah,
should
but
be
they
your
don't care
answer.
Well,
about
I
that.
understand. Like you said to me, you're absolutely against it. We have to look at things, okay, realistically. Look at every aspect of, for example, the Farm Bill. Okay, the Farm Bill. We were, you know, fighting to get rotisserie chickens approved by, you know, SNAP. It was a big thing, and then finally, you know, it got passed. You know, my thing was no.
Was it harder to do Lay's potato chips? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My thing is, you know, why are we giving all the businesses? We should include in it, okay, not just Tyson, not just big, you know, farms that are. What about the small? Let's give contracts to small farmers.
Yes.
Same thing with these data centers. Okay, if we are, like I said, return on investment. We have to put our own. Okay, if we are, what are you bringing to Southwest Florida?
What do data centers bring to Southwest
Yeah,
Florida?
What are they bringing? Are you bringing jobs? Are you bringing growth? Are you bringing stimulating the economy? In what way? If you're coming to just increase our utility bills, How can anyone in their right mind that's for the people?
So who do you support?
I support the people.
Who do you support as a governor?
Oh, Byron.
I figured that.
Yeah.
And listen, I like Byron. I met him. You know, he came in here. We get interview. He was nice enough to come in and do the interview. I was actually, before I moved down here. As I moved down here, I was totally for Byron. And as I got more involved into politics, and I moved down here, and I saw what was going on, I was like, you know, it's not that I wouldn't vote for Byron. It's just like if he wins the midterms, absolutely he's going to get my vote. But you know, I give everybody a chance. I give everybody a voice
Hold
because,
everyone accountable too.
well, that's what it is. You know, people are starting to catch on real quick who I am, and I don't care because I can't be bought. I can't be blackmailed. Like,
Nope.
let's rock and roll.
No,
you know,
no, because you look at the you look.
I got
at the-
attacked yesterday by news networks in Florida. Our little podcast. We're nobodies. They came
No,
right
you're
at.
not.
Yeah, I
According to
know.
Brendan, we're nobody.
You know what? I bet you could put the Ola, Nik, and Colten Show now. That has a ring to
And,
it.
and listen, you see this logo. People don't realize that we got people all over the state that are joining this cause. That, you know, I don't know if we got this girl Emily. She's an activist on the East Coast, and she's very good at what she does, and she's joining us.
Her boyfriend's awesome.
And her boyfriend is awesome. He's running for is it FWC?
Yeah, FWC.
Yeah. So with that being said, she's going to be working with us. She's got her own logo. She's going to give it.
She loves Florida. She loves the, you know, going out and
And,
chilling
and
out.
she's good at what she does. So
Kayak
we're
and-
trying to just, you know,
Yeah.
this isn't a money thing for us. This isn't like we're trying to be famous. This is like, hey, this is the real news, right? Because I'm tired of watching news that's funded by other countries.
Yep.
It's all over the place. And I don't care if it's Fox, CNBC, The Real America's Voice. They all get funded by people that don't live in this country or in this area. It's that simple. You know, there's no more journalism in this country. It's all like who
Who's
can
in
be
your
popular.
pocket?
Yes.
Well, everyone, like you said, the Republican Party is divided. You look at, Candace Owen.
Yeah.
But everyone is bought. I mean, if they're not bought by Iran, they're bought by the. I mean, it's
It's a greed
fair.
thing, I think, and the problem is,
Thomas Massey.
well, he just
They're
lost.
even more divided.
Yeah, that was a huge,
I'm a fan.
Of Thomas Massey.
yeah, that was a huge issue with a lot of people.
Do you believe that he was taking money from Iran
I don't know.
or Muslim Brotherhood?
I don't know. I haven't even spoke about it because I don't know.
We don't know because we don't live there. If he lived in this state,
No,
we'd
look
know
at
all
his
about.
filings.
Yeah, right. I mean, listen, everybody takes money from everybody,
Look
right?
at Byron's filings. I mean, we could go. down
We can go that route.
Really?
Yeah. You know, we do. This is what we do. Like I prep for you. I prep for every single person.
What did you uncover prepping, like looking?
We
at
didn't
my
uncover.
filings?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Yeah, actually, you have a pretty clean record.
Yeah.
Not only that, I've.
It kind of pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm joking.
But
Just
you know,
Fucking with you.
because you know it's funny when you live with having the fear of God, like people
Yeah.
don't understand that they have
No, like
clue.
everything that I
They're like,
looked
"Oh, it's like-"
into,
yeah.
it was very just, you know, you get into it with people online,
I'll give you a God
You know
story.
what?
That's it.
What's funny?
which I do that too.
Oh, it's funny. It's like I do because it's like I'm not gonna sit.
Well,
back.
you're defending yourself,
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
sit
yeah.
back and.
but no, you have a very good record.
And see.
So we were doing a story. We were out in Texas and we met a lady whose husband was a vet, and the system totally failed him. And we're running that story in the next week, and it's a big story. And you know, my concern is veterans too in this country, in this state, especially in this state, because we have so many. Actually, Port Charlotte is one of the biggest veteran hotspots in the state. And I know it's not in your district, but you know, the veterans in town that are struggling, that don't, you know, that are homeless, or do you have like maybe like something that like has been in your radar where you're like, this is how I'm going to help the veterans?
I keep an eye on every single on bills that are veteran related to help pass them, to help.
That's good.
You know, from my boss getting co-sponsor, getting her to co-sponsor, getting other members to co-sponsor, because I'm sick and tired of having illegals put before our veterans.
Why are they still
Come
here?
on, you don't want no
tired.
Leering centers around here?
What?
You don't want no Leering centers?
I'm sick and tired of seeing, you know, seriously. I walked into a nice facility in Virginia. I walked into it. It was like walking into a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Air conditioned. You know, they don't have to worry about deficit. They don't have to worry about taxes. They don't have to worry about anything. They have their own basketball court. They have a library. They have a hair salon. They have an ATM. Before they leave, they pay them. You know, our veterans. Oh, and then their medical unit. They have a healthcare unit. The doctor there, she was like, oh yeah, some patients come in every day. Well, if I had free healthcare, I would come in every day too.
I was listening my entire life. Social Security's going to run out. Social Security's going to run out. Social Security's going to run out. And then Biden's in office. All these people come in, and some of these people were living on Social Security disability from other countries, and they were stealing money from it. Like,
No more.
No more.
No more. No more. There has to be accountability.
so you're for deporting all the illegals
Absolutely.
in Florida?
Well, okay. So
Because Cape Coral, Lee County,
80,000.
there's a big
80,000.
yeah.
80,000 illegals.
I know.
Homes,
What did they bring
food,
to the-
gas, electric,
No.
schooling.
We're paying for it.
Yes.
We are paying for
And
it.
our prices go up to cover that.
Yeah, we are paying for it. I was in the when I was in the ICE facility, I was with two Democrat members of Congress, and one of them said, "Who's paying for this?" I'm like, "You, idiot! You're paying for it."
We just did Bernard Taylor. He's a Democrat on the East Coast.
guy.
Really good guy, man. He's more Republican. I told him this right there. He's
Conservative.
conservative. He's more conservative than some of the conservatives I know, believe it or not, because he's just got that values. He's got real values. He's a fireman. He's a father. He's
That's
worried
wonderful.
about his neighborhood. And I told him, we had a whole. It was a great interview, right?
I'm very conservative. I do have values. I pray for for myself. Sometimes I got to hold myself back. When I see.
You just gotta be like Senator Kennedy. Just
illegals,
let it go.
When I see you,
I love
but I
Senator
can't.
Kennedy,
It's like
bro.
as a Christian, and as a Christian, you have to have a heart.
You do.
For these, I do have
You
a
do.
heart, but I have.
But
a
I'm
heart
tired
for
of.
my
I'm
own.
also tired of seeing weak Christianity.
Oh, I know, with no backbone.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the difference. I have a backbone. My backbone will not be bended, and it will not change. I'm sorry, it won't. And yes, and on social media, like if you're going to attack, and if you're going to put
Slander.
others before, like I said, will you feed your neighbor before your kids? Why am I taking on others before our own?
Yeah.
Like I have a friend. I mean, they're wonderful. They go to third world countries. They feed them everything else, and I'm like, well, I mean. Do you understand how many hungry, disabled veterans are in our own country?
It's a problem.
Yeah, it's a
huge
big problem. So, like, all right, so you're living in Lee County now. I don't want to say where you're living, right? You're living in Lee County, and what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see in Lee County? Like, you driving down the street and you're like, I'm gonna fix this.
Yeah.
Well, did we talk about I-75? And
You
talk
could-
about Pine?
Go ahead, talk about it. We talk about Burnt Store Road, how every single person I've met down here hates that road.
They do hate that road. Right now, we got to see like Lee County. I'm happy that Lee County actually put in for the study.
Mm-hmm.
So the PD&E study, and hopefully, we'll put the right wording into the grants.
Okay.
Because it's going to be funded by the Department of Transportation, and it's 50-50, local and state.
Mm-hmm.
They match. But following through with that, and that's kind of what my specialty is, because I want to make sure there's accountability, but also transparency. Like, where does it go?
Yeah.
Like we have money
Taxation
coming
without
in.
representation. We want to know where the money's going.
Yeah, we
That's
have
it.
money coming in,
Absolutely.
right? We have money coming in. It's like everyone has short-term, and
Yeah.
then it goes into one project. The project, or they collect money for 4 projects, right? And they've only started 2, and then they start new ones, but then they're collecting more money. Like, wait a second, no, rewind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a numbers girl.
It's like
Right,
California, bro. They built this bathroom that was $5 million.
Yeah, it's
There's always
the government contracts are
if
out of
you
control. Like,
question
why are we
why-
doing this? Like,
Yeah.
we should be buying from local businesses and not these major
Absolutely. If
corporations.
something doesn't make sense to you,
Yeah.
just
So
go.
there's a question for you. So if I want to buy that mic stand right there, and I work in the government, and I got to go to this contractor to buy that mic stand. He wants to charge me $900 for that mic stand. I can go to Walmart and pick that mic stand up, the same exact mic stand for $5. What are we doing? Why are we allowing this? I feel like if a Florida government wants to buy something, they should be buying it off local small businesses that, hey, yeah, that store sells it for $5. We'll sell it to the government at $10, not $500 for a freaking mic stand.
I absolutely
Like
agree.
that's got
I'm
to
a
that's
small
one
business owner. I started that
right.
way
So
too.
that's something that needs to be addressed, something that needs to be fixed in the state.
We need more
country.
She
We
wants to
need
do that.
more influencers talking about it.
Oh, we own it. Don't
We
you
own
worry.
it.
Politically, I can do my share
Yeah.
because I can relate
And there's
to
also
small
only so much
businesses.
you can do.
There's only so much,
Right.
but there is pull
There is.
when other politicians come on board. Not everything is about money and power.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think everything's about money and power, we lose America, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to wake up in a third world country. I refuse to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Whether I win or lose this race, it's not the end of me.
Mm-hmm.
We still keep fighting for the same thing. I'm not going to be like, oh well, I'm going to stop the grant process and not have any money come in. No, the people need it in
Well,
the
and I think a
district.
big thing is especially like, let's go back to Biden era. Like, did I like the guy? Absolutely not. Did I vote for him? Absolutely not. But I still wanted to see him succeed because I love my country.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So I wish people would just take a step back sometimes and be like, hey, you know, I may not like everything Byron does. If he wins, I'm still gonna support him. You know, it's my state. So you have to. People gotta stop putting the whole R&D next to it and just deep dive into somebody. Figure out what they've done over their career. If they've been successful, run with it.
Especially midterms. It seems like in this country,
Of course.
midterms weren't a thing until until
it's a thing.
until the last 4 years. And all of a sudden, everybody's talking about midterms because people are waking up to the BS saying, right? Because I hated that. I hated
And
that.
Republicans are just, they're
Yes.
terrible with it.
But you know
The
what?
lesser of two
Presidency.
evils.
Hey, we're
But
gonna
you know
win.
what?
The lesser of two evils. Well,
Yeah.
let's not put the evil guy in,
No.
and then we don't have the lesser of two evil
Well,
problem.
we can't be sheep. We all have
Yeah.
to be free thinkers, and we have to teach our children. Like those constitutions I brought, you know, and even yesterday after the Republican event, I saw moms any opportunity I have, even if it's at a gas pump,
Because you
even
want
if
people
it's
to know their rights.
It's at a grocery
Yeah.
store. If I see a mom, I'm sorry, I want you to help join the school boards in your
Yeah.
in Florida in Lee County. You know, I'm the state director. I want you to join.
Mm-hmm.
I give them a constitution for their kids, but that's how we change things. Our kids teaching the children, teaching the young America
Yeah.
to be free thinkers.
Well, like he tells me all the time, you have to start local. You got to start at the base.
Everything.
Can't build a
That's
pyramid
where
with
it
the top
starts.
stone.
You know what I'm saying? And then you work your way up.
It has to.
So-
That's
Yeah,
where
I
we're
like
at in this
that
country.
tattoo, we the people.
Got a little paint on my arm.
Colton is a true patriot, true conservative. He's a big ally. He's a big asset to this country because people don't realize how young he is for the knowledge he's got
I'm
and the
young
willpower
and
he's got.
angry.
Yeah, he's not the only one. There's a lot of kids.
Because being my age, it's hard to talk
It's
to
not
people
easy.
my age because nobody understands it. What the fuck is that about? Like, I don't want to talk about that. I have no idea what you're talking about. So that's why I've found people that are a lot older than me that understand it or have seen the destruction and they're like, oh shit, we got to do something now or it's going to be too late. So I think the younger generation though
I
is
love
getting
that.
involved.
Colton.
They are.
Yeah, they are. They for
I
sure they
promise.
are. Because
I love
like
that.
you remember when we were 18, hey, who'd you vote for? None of your fucking business. That's what we were told, right? Or your parents were talking about politics. This is adult talk. Get out of here. That's
Yeah.
not anymore. These kids are talking about it. It's online. They're
And I have kids
following
now,
it.
so I want to see it thrive.
Right.
I want to see my state thrive. I want to see my country thrive.
That's what's going to move mountains is passion. That's what people, they lack passion because they're so distracted by money and power
Absolutely.
sure.
that they forget passion. You know, money and power goes away. You know, we're only on this earth for how long?
Short. It's a very short time.
Yeah, short time.
All right, let's talk about food.
Ooh, yum.
All right, you're in great shape.
Thank you.
I'm in great shape. Colton's in
I'm
great
working
shape.
on it.
How much did you lose?
Like 46 pounds.
46 pounds. You know how? Yeah, you know he's losing weight. He's
You know,
not
I'm
eating.
drinking raw milk. I'm eating eggs.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
eating meat.
Does that come from that raw milk commercial that President Trump?
No.
No.
I've been.
I didn't even know
Listen.
he made one.
So I was 300 pounds 5 years ago. If I showed you a picture, you would not even recognize
Wow.
me. And I stopped eating all the garbage. I only eat meat and berries. I don't eat
Yeah, a lot of
vegetables.
berries.
Dude, I've discovered that we've been lied to.
I'm tired of paying.
For sure, humans are supposed to eat meat.
$19 a gallon though. That's pissing me off.
I
So
know.
we gotta fix that.
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
yeah.
I know. They say it's going to go down.
So
They
with
say
the
a lot.
food, the food in the schools,
Yeah. How do you
right?
feel about that?
How do you
I'm
feel?
not going to be like Fishback. I'm going to have healthy restaurants.
I knew it was coming.
That's what I was waiting for.
No, like you morons. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm extremely intelligent with a very high IQ, and I don't know how the heck, I thought he was too, but coming up with shit like that without even making sense, who's going to pay for this, you idiot? You know, public schools, you're going to bring 5-star restaurants?
Come on, you don't
Okay.
like the goy slop?
No, but you know what? Our farmers, working with the
Well,
department.
what's left?
The Department
of
of
our farmers?
The Department of Agriculture and is very well funded. Very well funded. We need to work with them. Yeah, fresh
a
fruit.
Blaze
Can you
thing.
imagine?
Listen, I think if these schools should not be allowed to sell any any artificial
at all.
food colorings.
Stop poisoning kids.
Dude, it's so.
Shit,
You go to these schools.
Hey, the berries that we were buying, the strawberries, you can't.
Yeah,
Because
that's
all the
crazy.
pesticides.
It'll save money.
Driscoll's?
That's coming out of Cali.
It will
Yeah.
save money if they start bringing in from local farms. It'll save money.
Yeah.
Well, it's good for the local too.
It's good for the local. Why would we? Why are we
They're like,
subsidizing?
hey, we're growing this to feed kids. Let's go.
Like,
Let's
I
push
do
them
agree. Like,
on.
why are we giving these kids Pop-Tarts? We know this shit's
Yeah.
affecting them. Like, my kids.
We didn't just eat breakfast back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it's
Just
a
have
Cal-
fruit.
oh, we could go down.
I don't
fruit?
eat breakfast. I eat at 2:00.
I don't
My
eat-
whole
I do
family is
intermittent fasting, too.
Yeah, that's because people don't realize like you're eating
I
way
don't know,
too
bro.
much
I'm a
food. It's
sucker
garbage.
for some hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, it is.
I like that.
So, all right. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Otherwise, it's gonna get too long. But
Yeah.
what's your message to the people of Lee County?
Yeah.
Because this is gonna be your clip. This is gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
your
gonna be the
clip. So
start.
talk to the camera. Tell people why they're gonna vote for you, what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it. Whatever your message is, speak to the people.
Well, as I said, I'm the only self-made business owner, first generation. According to Jim Schwartzel and Trey Radel, that means that I'm an immigrant. Wrong. First generation, I was born and raised in the greatest country in America. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't take my freedom for granted. Like, I will never take it for granted. So as a business owner and as a mom and as a freedom fighter, I will continue to fight and protect what we have for the future of America, our children. As a senior policy advisor, I know how Washington, D.C. operates. Utilizing the resources that we do have in Washington to where we need it the most, in Florida 19, I know that we can flourish.
So you're telling them vote for Ola?
Vote for Ola.
All right.
olaforcongress.com. Pretty soon, coming soon to you, the Ola, Nik Colten Show.
So where can people find you other than that? Do you have socials,
what's your
Instagram,
socials?
TikTok?
Yes, Ola for Congress. I do have private and public page, Ola for Congress. Ola Hawatmeh, so you can find me on.
It'll be on the screen, so everybody will find
spelling
you.
that in kindergarten.
Yeah, it must have been rough.
I
You
know,
had the
just
longest
go by
name.
Ola.
We appreciate you
Ola.
coming on, Ola.
Yeah, thank you
Good
so
luck on the
much.
race.
That was a good
Thank you,
conversation.
Thank you so much.